is some snow when I'm looking out my front window, and I can't see the cars anymore when they pull into the driveway. And the snow goes over here, and let's see. There's the carport there, and the snow goes this way. We've had so much snow this year. I don't know if you can really see how high it is, but I'm going to make another video shortly. Good morning, world. How's everyone doing? Very soon, couple days, it's going to be March 1st. March the 1st. Can you believe it? Zachariah picked up some boots where he works. They were having a sale on a bunch of stuff, so they were very inexpensive. They're a rubber, for the winter times, just to work around the barn, summer, spring, fall. And if we take them in the winter, put extra layers of, socks on. But they had a strong scent to them, probably from China, I think. I didn't look, but probably very strong smell to them. So I put them in the bulkhead. A couple of days I've been airing them outside, so they're almost manageable now. But that was a good savings because our other boots they don't last long because most people don't wear their boots like constantly, They don't wear the boots every single day, so our boots don't last long because we wear them every single day. But here we are. Look, it's about, I don't know, getting close to 11 o'clock. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful because it's white. I like it. I like the winter. It's got, to me, it's more healthy. It's more fresh and just alive. It just seems clean. The summer can be hot and humid, and maybe there's sense more pollution, whatever, in the air. But it seems like the winter is pretty neat. I like the winter. So, as I said, in 2 days we're going to be March 1st. Isn't that wonderful? Once March hits, for me, doesn't matter kind of what happens for the rest of March, because I know that we're getting out of the winter and good old spring is coming. So that's a good thing. But I wanted to show you some good melting on the barn roof, which is wonderful. And my gas tank over here, just kind of buried a little bit, but that's that. Picnic table, you can see where we try to cover it off. A lot of snow. I think my snow management this year wasn't very good. Normally in the past years, you get a storm, you might have 2 or 3 days to clean up afterwards, or it's not that much snow all at once. You can still take a wheelbarrow and dump your bedding wherever you feel like dumping it. But this year, it seems like we had a lot of snowstorms that came kind of close together. One snowstorm, 2 days later, another snowstorm, 6 inches, maybe 12, and then kept on accumulating. So I didn't really have an opportunity to do some good snow management because I couldn't push a wheelbarrow to get rid of some of the bedding, so it's kind of piling up. But eventually it'll be all set eventually. So let's go check the mail just for a minute. Today's Friday. Let's go check the mail for a minute. Oops, excuse me. Ice. Oh, jeez. Watch out for the ice, people. Sneaks up on you. So the plow guy did a good job plowing. That's good. Let's see what we got in here. Anything? Oh, something in here. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's nothing else in there. I don't think. Let me just check. Nope, I'll put that back in the cellar. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we get the driveway looks pretty good. I'm a little bit pooped out. Gee, what a busy winter. Winter's gone by very fast. No doubt about that. Went by really fast, which is good. And let's see. Still have the snow pile right here in front of us. I took a little picture of the inside of the house looking out so you can see the snow pile. And the picture, I was right in through this area here, wherever that is right there. And still kind of a high snow pile. Eventually it'll start to evaporate. I had the last storm we had when it dropped about, what did it drop? Like almost a foot and a half of snow, I think. All of the door had to be reshoveled out because all the snow was hitting against the other red door. So you couldn't even get in there. So that's the snow here. And let's see. But what's encouraging right now, let's take a look at the roof. I did after the storm, I pulled down a lot of snow on the roof. So that's a little bit better. I see where some of the ridges on this smaller roof have melted. So that's a good thing. So the icy ridge it's gone. You know, for pulling down snow from your house. I think it's, if you're going to pull snow down and you know like the next day it's going to be maybe above freezing, and that's pretty good. You know, it should start to melt. But since we had like a really Arctic winter, when I pulled some of that snow down, maybe 3 feet, 3 feet pulling it down, we never really got out of the Arctic. It was always freezing at night, cold, freezing during the day, 2023. And it made, I guess it's an ice backup. So you got to be careful when you're pulling snow off the roof. What I'm learning from my own personal experience is check the weather, see if you're going to get a thaw, in a day or two. If it's going to break and not stay in. We've been in Arctic winter for a couple months. It seems like a month and a half. So you got to be careful when you're pulling that snow down, because you will make a ridge. I'll show you the ridge on the other side that I made. So if I was to next winter or winters in the future, if I know it's going to be kind of Arctic-y for a month, I'll just remove snow to take the weight off, but not necessarily take it down to the to the shingles. They say always best to leave a couple of inches on anyways, because when it's cold out, the cold air is going to hit those 2 inches of snow on your roof, and it'll act as an insulator. If you take it down to like seeing your shingles, then the cold air at night or whenever it's freezing interacts with that roof. The roof's always going to emit some type of heat. You always lose something, and that's where you're starting to get ice forming. And then if you, like I did, I made a mistake to pull some down, not really checking the weather, and I had an ice ridge up there for quite a while. So that's not good. But it's going to be melting away soon. Just a lesson learned. In the future, I'm just going to make sure I know that a thaw is coming, and or some couple days of good weather, so I can pull it down and not be too concerned about it. If I found that it's going to be, cold and frigid for 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks, I'll just pull some snow off to take the weight. But I'm not going to try to. I gotta be careful not to make an actual ridge. I could pull snow down, but make sure it's evenly. I might pull maybe 6 inches of snow off, but I might leave 3 or 4 inches on evenly all over, not make a ridge. So if you can see up here, I'll zoom in on this area here, right here. Hold on. Sorry to make you dizzy. Let me just zoom back out. I try not to talk when I'm zooming in and out. But let's see if I can just do it with a normal recording here, not making things enlarge. So as you can see, there's still an ice forming there. Now I had done that probably, I don't know when I did it. Maybe it could have been January, could have been late December. I'm not too sure. Took some snow off the roof, but when you see that ice, that's where I stopped. And once I took that off, we didn't really have any thaw. This was constant cold for maybe, I don't know, 5 weeks. So it iced up quite a bit. But now I can see that it's melting, which is a good thing. So we're going to get, I think, 40 today, 50 tomorrow. And then we might get a little bit more snow in 3 days. We might get snow on 4 or 5 days. Just not too sure what's going to be happening. But it is melting. And this is another area up here. The sun doesn't really hit this too much, but I'm not too concerned about that. A little bit of snow on the roof, but I don't see really a big ice build up there like I do over here. On the edge, that's just a little bit of ice on the edge, but I'm not seeing any icicles, which is good. Of course, there's icicles there, which eventually that will loosen right up and fall off the roof. So anyways, so that's a lesson I'm learning. I'm learning that if you are, again, going to take the snow off, and you're not going to get a break, you're going to stay in freezing temperatures, don't take it down so close to the roof line, the shingles, and don't make a ridge, because it's just going to turn to ice. Now, if I would have had a thaw, then that would have meant, if it had a thaw like today, it wouldn't have been so bad because it would be melting the very next day. Whatever I did, the roof would be cleared and all the stuff would be melting down and it should do well. But all these things you learn as you go along. So that's my story on that. Let's see. So we got quite a bit of snow. It's still here. And like I said, we might get a snowstorm. Let's see. They said maybe Sunday we might get some snow, and then Tuesday coming up might get some snow. I'm gonna put this letter inside the bulkhead here so I don't lose it. Okay, let me get in here 1 second. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place, but just got up a little while ago and I feel a little bit pooped out. Whoops. Door gets stuck there. Feel a little bit pooped out, so my thoughts are jumbled up. Let me go back up here and get rid of this garbage. All right, so anyways, a lot of snow, and my snow management didn't really take off the way it usually does, where I'm able to, spread the bedding for the goats and chickens out more, instead of not being able to move and be trapped in 2 feet of snow and then more snow and then have to make a pile. But it's gonna go. This is really unusual too, to have so much snow. Here's a good picture, I suppose. Good shot. I'm standing here. You can see where it's piled up over there and there. Maybe you can see with the walkway. Hard to see, the sun's right on top of my screen. But even this path here, snow on both sides. There's a friendly jogger. So, all right, now what we are going to get, I don't know how this is going to work out, but as the snow melts, maybe, I don't know, as it melts, we're getting some more water here. It doesn't really have a place to go, so I'm going to keep an eye on it and see if it's building up too much. I might, as it's turning a little bit to slush, just move the slush and throw it somewhere else, I guess. But there's so much snow in the front here that I might find that I'm getting water accumulating. Hopefully not much. It's going to accumulate, hopefully. All right, so let me just, put this over here. Oops. Throw this out. There we go. All right, so it's neat. Right now I'm finding that even though it might be like, I woke up at 19, came out at 19 degrees, and it wasn't the same kind of 19 degrees as December and January. It wasn't as intense and as painful, we'll say. So that's a good thing. So I guess it's just a sign of the sun getting, or the earth getting closer to the sun. However that works out. Earth a little bit closer to the sun, probably. And days are getting longer, and the sun feels good. So the weather doesn't seem as awful as it was in, say, December, January. So that's good. So all those things are working out. So I have my water here. I have my feed and my little egg bucket over there. So I'm going to start working with the girls and get them out, working with the boys, get them out. Luna's still on a little adventure, so we'll see him pretty soon. He's probably hunkered down somewhere in all this snow, and I think when the spring, when a little bit warmer weather starts rolling in, we'll be seeing him back. So that's not too bad. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, a good day. If you're in this snow, I hope you're able to survive it okay. I will say we were very blessed. All the snowstorms we had in that last northeaster, that really made havoc in so many other states. Right here on this property, we were very blessed. It was for a northeaster. It was a northeastern. It was a mild. It was mild. I mean, you had the wind, but it wasn't like a really bad wind. It was windy, but not bad. There was no like destruction by the wind, and there was no power lines that were out in the town, or I didn't notice anything falling, neighbors or anything falling, trees. So it was very good. So all of our storms and snow for this year has been very mild. Same as last year too. We got some good snow last year, but it was mild and we got through it, and we were blessed to get through it. So my good thoughts and prayers to all those people that are dealing with damage to their homes or loss of power. For these storms, it can be really pretty bad. So My thoughts and prayers go out to all of you people who are, struggling with that and maybe haven't gotten back into your homes yet. But soon you will. And every day brings, something better in it, so it's going to get better. No doubt about that. Every day it's going to get better. So I'm going to start tackling my chores here and getting my thoughts all put together. And then I'll make another little video later on. Okay, guys, so I'll see you later. And you have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye now. Well, let's see now. How long has it been since I made that first little video? Yeah, it's been 2 hours. I've been outside for 2 hours. So I figured I'd just wrap up a little bit more. All my work is done. I'm going to go in for lunch. It's almost about 1 o'clock. And feels so good out here. I'm just in a couple layers of like a sweatshirt and a little shirt over that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful, beautiful weather. So so that's good. Very, very good. So I'm going to just poke along. Is this hold on. Yeah, that's better. I'm just going to poke along. The baby said they wanted to say hi to everybody. They wanted to say, hello, world. How you doing? So here's my little Rarity and Applejack. I want to say hello, everybody. Have a great day. Hello, everyone. Have a good day. Applejack, Rarity, over here. That's a good boy. Smile for the camera, Rarity. Nice teeth. Very nice. Very good. Goats only have lower teeth. They don't have upper teeth. They're like cows. Yeah, super. And there they are. They're doing good. They're eating over there. I haven't had time to shovel out any area for them. Like I mentioned, the snow seemed to be coming one storm after the other, maybe a day or two in between, 2 days, 3, 4. So got a lot of snow. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just want all the attention. You be nice to Rarity. So I'm feeding them under the tree because that had a little less snow there. And so they're enjoying the sun. They're saying that we're ready for spring now. We just want to have the sun warm us up, and it's wonderful. He can love on you, Applejack. He loves you. He just wants to love on you and rest against you. You're his big brother. You got to take care of him and protect him. You're the protector, right? Yes. And you have to share good food and grain. Look at that. He just wants to be there and love his brother and just take in all the sun. Animals truly have a bond with each other. They truly do. Yes, he says, I love the sun. I love my brother. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm just going to just stay right here. It's so comfortable. I'm taking in all the sun, resting my head against my brother. Yes, he is. Right? Yes, you'd be good. You'd be a good boy. So the animals wanted to say hi to the world. And they're saying that they hope you all have a wonderful afternoon like we are. We're having a wonderful afternoon. We're absorbing the sun, getting vitamin D and D3, K2, and all kinds of good sunlight and vibrations and all the good stuff the sun gives us. Absolutely. Well, that's cool. I got to go now. I got to check on the other girls, okay? I'm glad I had a chance to video you for the world. Okay, now we have some chickens over here. Let's see what the chickens are doing. I just finished everything, so they're all probably all inside. I had given them yesterday some, I'm using their own bedding, but I also gave them some goat bedding yesterday. After the last storm we had, it was just too much. My shoulder was too sore from pulling the snow off the roof. I had like 2 feet on the roof, on the barn. And then, almost just about every storm trying to clear the roof snow so it wouldn't get any more any worse than what it was, trying to make sure I don't get any more backups or keep the ice that's there not to expand much. It's doing pretty good right now. So okay, so instead of shoveling out more snow, I just kind of laid some goat bedding over here for them yesterday or the day before, and I have some chickens in there. They're just having a good time. I don't know if you can see her there, but she's just kind of relaxed right there. And then the other chickens. I'm not sure if today was going to be our 50-degree day or tomorrow, but certainly in the 40s, no doubt about that. Could be maybe 48 or something. And the babies are over here. And yeah, so it'd be good to get the snow melted and go back to trying to maintain, the property like I always usually do. Try to keep it looking nice because in the summertime it's easy to do that because there's no snow to stop you. So, and these babies are doing good. So I had some molters molting most of the winter. I had quite a number of them molting. But now pretty much just these babies were giving me eggs. But now some of the other girls in the other coops are starting to lay eggs. One day this week I got 12 eggs. The other day I got 10. I think I got so far 6 this morning, but I might have a couple more this afternoon. So that's good that they're laying their eggs. And as you can see here, before I spread it out, no one's walked out back. Goats or nobody's been out back because it's been just too much snow and just can't get back there. That's too close. Yep, so that's what that is. I'm getting bigger mountains over here. As I mentioned before, my fences, my little fences here are shrinking. They're getting smaller and smaller as the snow was coming, getting higher and higher. So I got quite a mountain right here for them. And they're only going the path that I'm making for myself to walk. They're not even walking anywhere. Even the other girls, they're not walking in open snow. They don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do next year is I'm going to disconnect the very low wire, the electrical wire on the very, very bottom rung, like something like that. I'm going to disconnect that next year and have just the live wire. Instead of having 2 live wires on the bottom, this one has 3 live wires because I put a third one up this summer because Applejack got out. He walked over it and he did some damage to my pear tree. So this part has 3 wires. But after that, it pretty much goes to 2. But I think what I'm going to do next year is the bottom one, like right now. There definitely is a bottom one, I believe. It's being buried. Is there a bottom one? Yeah. See how this, I'm just too pooped to do it right now, but there's a third rung right here, which is buried by the snow. So all winter long I've been taking my broom and uncovering it, but right now I'm saying I'm pooped. Between 40 and 50, maybe the snow might melt more. It'll probably evaporate and then expose that. The wire is still giving me a zap, so that's good. So next year I'm going to disconnect this and not have this live. I'm going to have this live and this live. So I won't always have to brush the bottom because it'd just be a dummy wire and these 2 would be electrified. So I'm going to do that next year. Make sure that the top 2 are always electrified, but I'm going to disconnect the bottom. It's just this winter, where the snow was coming in so quickly, one after the other, I really pooped out my right shoulder, man. And it's hard for it to, I can't really say, well, okay, I'll give it 2 weeks to heal. I can't do that. So it's injured, but it has to go through everyday work. Okay, now here's something else I want to show you. See that yellow handle? Okay, so that yellow handle, when I would cross over that, it would be right like underneath my crotch. You know, my legs going over. And we had so much snow that it just looks like it's about 6 or 8 inches from the bottom. So this is a problem. So what I'm going to do also in this summer, I'm going to have to, because of the winter, just put a top electrical wire there and have 2. Because what I need to do, like say for instance, I want to leave my barn door open, it's a beautiful day. I can't because where Applejack crossed over last year, because the wire was so snowy, we had a lot of, wire was so low, we had so much snow, he walked over it. He can certainly walk over this. So this, I used to be able to, I don't know if you can see it now, but my boot's here. And that wire is just a little bit above my boot. Okay, where's my boot? Right there. So it's probably about, ouch, it's probably about 1, 2, maybe 3 inches above my little pink boot here. So when I saw him the other day, his kneecaps are higher than this wire. So he can easily, if he wanted to, walk over. If he walks over this, he's going to follow the path and go right into the barn. So And who knows all the destruction he'll make in the barn before I have really noticed him and say, oh my goodness. So I have to keep the barn door closed in case he does get in here. He hasn't yet. And then next year it'll be higher. It'll be up to here. And that should be fine. So that's what I'm going to do next year. I'm just going to detach the bottom electrical wire, and places that I need to, I'll put a top wire and have the bottom one disconnected so that I don't have to be concerned all the time about coming out here and cleaning up the bottom wire. They are enjoying, someone's walking and enjoying the sun. A couple people are walking and the goats can hear them. But they are also enjoying the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. The goats and the people walking, having a nice time enjoying the weather. So this is what we have here. My barn's all cleaned up for now, which is great. And like I said, it's just been a lot of snowstorms coming one after the other. And just didn't have time to, maintain or have access as other winters in the past where you have a storm. Maybe another one comes 5 or 6 days later, but you can still work those 5 or 6 days and go through with the wheelbarrow. And then the next storm might not be too heavy and you can make a path. But this year it just didn't happen. And the snow's doing good as far as on the roof. It's after taking off 2 feet on the roof, it has not accumulated much. So that's a good thing. So I guess I'm all set for now. I'm going to go in and make myself a sandwich. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So the goats the people have passed by. They're just the neighbors walking, enjoying the day. So they'll probably pretty much take up a whole bunch of sun today because they feel good. And then they'll probably go back to where their hay is over here. There's still some hay on the ground. They could find something there and munch up. And then I'll be back. Before they know it, I'll be back to give them some supper and put them in. So, what a beautiful day. So it's been a great day to work outside. Just beautiful. Let's take a look at the roofs too right now. This is one roof here. So we're getting some good melting, getting some good, and now the opposite side now, because there's no sun, it's going to hit that. So the opposite side is just going to have to melt more by just the temperatures rising and melting the snow. This one, when the sun hits the roof, it really does help to make it hotter and make the snow melt quicker. Right, girls? How are you girls doing today? You doing pretty good? Yeah, doing pretty good. Is that you, Lucy? That's Lucy. Lucy's the barred rock right there. She's molting, losing a little bit of feathers around her neck. But I keep on telling Lucy that her dad's an owl, because I've never had a chicken that can turn their head so far over, around, like you'd think of an owl would do. So I said, your dad must have just flown into the chicken coop somewhere, and I think her daddy's an owl. That's what I think. That's kind of cute. So anyways, because I've never had a hen like that before, so no doubt what happened, she had an injury probably when she was a chick somehow, when she was very young. I didn't notice anything when she was super young, but probably had her neck injured, and as getting bigger, just kind of grew in that injured, position. So still functioning, can eat, do everything. She's just acting like a normal chicken, but she can just turn her head quite a ways. Sometimes too, when I'm feeding them their mealworms, I have to make sure if she gets excited about it, I'm just going to make sure as her head's turning, to throw them in front of her vision so she can see them. Because when your head's turning, you're not really seeing where someone's throwing a pile of worms like everybody else is. So I always make sure she gets her share. But they're doing good. They're doing good. Yep, and they're just enjoying the sun. They're darker, so the darker ones really absorb the sun really nicely. But you can see some of the feathers. You can tell they're molting. But soon they'll be over that and being back to normal production. That would be good. All right, so I guess they're doing good. The other girls are coming out. One eating there. So they're doing good. Okay, peoples. So I am going to go in, give my knee a rest and my shoulder, and have a little something to eat, and then I'll be back out. Okay, it's just beautiful, but the sun is, there is no, I'm looking around the sky, and let's see, and I haven't seen any chemtrails, so let me see the sun. I'm trying to block the sun away from my eyeballs, and I'm looking around with the sun blocked. I don't really see anything. Isn't it wonderful? Or the sun can really come and warm us up and act like a normal sun. I always find that when they do a lot of spraying, and there's a lot of aluminum and borium in the air, that they're spraying these aerosol things or making these clouds that come across. I guess they're trying to avert a global warming situation. But sometimes the sun can get extreme. Sometimes when they've sprayed, and you see all this gray, and you don't really see the sun that well, but then the sun kind of breaks through. It seems to be super, super strong, and sometimes almost burning. Doesn't matter if it's summer or winter or whatever. It seems to be a burning sun, not a nice sun like we have today. So I think the aluminum reflects, and it probably just intensifies, what they're doing. This is just not right. But anyways, hopefully they'll figure that out, where it's all coming from and who's authorized it, and maybe they can reverse it once they find out more people are being ill by it, and animals and our water, too much aluminum in it or borium, things that aren't good for us, metals, heavy metals. Hopefully they'll stop doing that. But right now it's a nice day. I'm hoping we can see this like it's supposed to be. Just a beautiful day, nice blue sky, and the sun's shining nicely, and the sun's doing what it's supposed to do, keep us healthy. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go in and get something to eat, and then I will catch you up a little bit later. I did want to make a video today because time goes by so quickly, and life can be very busy. But hopefully you're enjoying the winter, and soon we're going to be into spring. Okay, you have a blessed day. Chat with you later.